Hey guys, how the hell is everybody? Glockster42 here. Well, I got another one done. That's the Amazing Hobbies Lion Paper Panzer 46. I did a little bit different. I think you've seen I had one update and I showed it off. And I decided to do this something a little different. I painted it up as a Paper Panzer 46 in Finnish markings. Did a little diorama on it, a little vignette. And I am liking the way this puppy turned out. Looking good, looking real good. At least I think so. You guys, you may think it's shit, but whatever. I like it. That's the main thing. You gotta, if you don't like what you're doing, don't do it. Do something else. If you don't like what you're doing, find a different technique. If you don't like what you're doing, don't do it. But if you kind of like what you're doing, but you don't like your results, keep practicing, keep trying different things. There's nothing worse than guys that have been building models for 20 years and the models from 20 years ago look exactly the same as they do now. You gotta try new stuff, guys. Try different things. Trying different things, for instance, on this one, this line, 100% hand painted. Yep, hand painted with AK Interactives and MIG ammo paint. Took a long time. Took two or three good long nights, but I really like the results. Nice hard edge scheme, nice color fade. The weathering turned out well. This took about probably a week just to get it all weathered up. Like I said in my last video, weathering with pigments, you cannot weather a tank in one sitting unless you want a one-dimensional tank, as in a new tank, drove out of the yard, splashed through the mud, got into some rain, and that was it. But if you want to show a tank that's been out for several days, you need to weather it like it's been out several days. Okay, one day it was in the rain. Okay, let's do that. Let's do some rain streaks. One day it was in the mud. Let's do that. Next day it was in the dust. Then it was in the mist and the fog, and it's been cold. It's been hot. You need to weather those all the time. You can't just do it in one sitting, guys. So that Lion is the product of probably a week's worth of weathering. Doing one bit. Okay, we're done. Okay, we got the scratches in. Okay, all the scratches are done. Alright, now let's go back and let's start putting some rust streaks on these. Okay, great. Now let's putting some grime streaks on. Let's do some paint chipping. It's a process where you have to build everything up to a level of where you're happy with it. If you're happy with one and done, hey, great. That's none of my business. If that's where you're happy, awesome. But you know, if you wanna, get your models improved, then it's gonna take a little bit. So, what do we got here? The premise. This is about 1947. The Finnish-Russian front. The front's kind of stabilized. You know, they're still having the odd border skirmish, and this Finnish Lion is patrolling the hinterground of between the Soviet Union and Finland, passing an IS-2 Soviet tank that's been knocked out, and the turret's fallen over and whacked itself into a bit of a swamp next to this road. So the turret, in fact, is a very old, it's an older Dragon turret with a interior from, I can't even remember where the interior resin from. You don't see a lot of it, but I wanted to give it a real heavy, dirty, weathered look, that it's been sitting there for a while. It was burned out. Whether it landed there after it was blown off the turret or pushed off the road, you know, that's open to interpretation, but it's been there a while. So that's what I went with that one. Not something new that's just been recently damaged or anything, but something that has been that's been sitting for a while. That's what I wanted to go on that. And then the water on this is what is that railroad company, Scenic Effects water effects. I tried the Vallejo water effects, just it didn't work for me. It wasn't curing up and it was just turning foggy. So I just added this, put some leaves on it, some oak leaves. We did some static grass, different colors to make it look like it's, say, maybe, you know, early summer, something like that. The base is a mix of celluclay and with some small gravel put on the roadway to make it like it's an old road. Like I said, the tank is done pretty much stock. The only thing that I did do on this is I see if that's going to focus. Yeah, is it? The only thing I did on that is I drilled out the barrel. Barrel came in solid, but I drilled out all the barrels and made that look a lot better. I gave it a replacement barrel done in black gray, Vallejo black gray, just because I wanted to give a little bit of color saturation, make the color look a little bit different, just kind of spot it up a bit. Like I said, all the paint is AK Interactive and MIG ammo, and the figure is to me is a dragon figure with a horned head. But the line itself is pretty much box stock and just done up with the just a good paint job on it. I wanted this one to be more about the paint and less about the base. So like I say, the base is just a simple roadway. The scene is this tank is patrolling the front with an old shot up Soviet tank, and you know, for the most part I'm pretty happy with it. One of my better efforts, I think, the last little while. I'm quite pleased with it. I think it turned out all right. One of those ones that, hey, one of those ones like, all right, this one turned out good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's a pretty cool view too. All right, guys, follow us up with a few stills, and thanks for watching. Later.